Hello and welcome to another episode of Daily Mole, your daily gaming news. My name is ChaosMole, and today we have the news that the head of Xbox, Phil Spencer, has reacted to rumors that PlayStation is working on a service similar to Xbox Game Pass. If you haven't heard about it, so apparently Sony is working on a project called Project Spartacus, and the idea is to put PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus together as one service and build something similar like Xbox Game Pass. I'm not saying the same thing as Game Pass, but something very similar. And now IGN had the chance to actually talk to Phil Spencer about what he thinks about all of this, like where the team stands, if they see this as validation for the work they have been starting years ago, now that Sony is basically copying them, and so on and so forth. And it is rather enlightening to see what Phil Spencer has to say here. And he is saying that, as you know, Spencer began, so many of these things actually intertwine with themselves, from backwards compatibility in terms of a way of building out a library of games that we have shipping on PC and console simultaneously. Knowing that Game Pass is gonna come and we want to bring Game Pass to multiple platforms, all of these decisions kind of stack on top of themselves. I don't mean it to sound like we got it all figured out, but I think the right answer is allowing your customers to play the games they want to play, where they want to play them, and giving them the choice about how they build their library, and being transparent with them about how our plans are in terms of our PC initiatives and our cross-gen initiatives and other things. So, when I hear others, aka Sony, doing things like Game Pass or coming to PC, it makes sense to me because I think that's the right answer. And he's continuing saying, I don't really look at it as validation. I actually, when I'm talking to our teams, I talk about it as inevitability. So for us, we should continue to innovate, continue to compete, because the things that we are doing might be advantages that we have in the market today, but they are just based on us going first. Not that we have created something that no one else can go create. I like it because it feeds our energy. And what are the next thing that we should be working on as we continue to build out the things that we have done in the past? Because I think the right answer is to ship great games. Ship them on PC, ship them on console, ship them on cloud, make them available day one in the subscription. And I expect that's what our competitor will do. And it makes kind of sense. Like, I said this before, Sony is a company in the end. Like, they have to grow. That's how capitalism works. Not always great, but that's how it works right now. And they have to reach more people. The problem is that we have kind of reached a threshold with how many people are actually buying a console for multiple reasons. And Xbox has reached that threshold so much faster than PlayStation. Let's face it, PlayStation is the most sold gaming console like of all time. Like, it's just PlayStation is like so huge that it is like, yeah, duh, right? Xbox reached that threshold much sooner because they couldn't reach more consoles. And PlayStation had a much bigger buffer between them. But Xbox realized very quickly, well, does it really matter where we ship our games? And even with Game Pass, we have seen that people are still buying Xbox games like crazy on Steam. Like, when you see like Sea of Thieves being like in the top 5, top 10 all year long, and especially when the new patch is coming out, or you saw like Forza Horizon being like the most pre-ordered and bought game when the game came out, even though it was day one on Game Pass, it really seems like when you look at the data that there is no damage to the selling figures through Game Pass. It actually seems to amplify it sometimes. And Sony has now released multiple games on PC. God of War just came out, and God of War is a huge success on Steam. Like, it's selling so well. They had so many people playing it over the weekend, and it's just overwhelmingly positive, and people love the heck out of God of War. Like, it was one of the top 5 games over the weekend, and it's still now in the top 20, I would say. There it is, God of War right here. Like, it's going really well for Sony, and maybe Sony has realized that something similar to Game Pass will not slow them down, but will actually amplify things. And sure, we talked about this a few days ago. I still don't believe that they will release games on the PC or on their Game Pass, whatever they will call it, day one. But maybe in a year, they will do it. Because Microsoft also had to make sure that all the systems are in place so that you are in the Xbox ecosystem. Like, no matter if you're buying an Xbox game on Steam or not, you still have to go through Xbox Live, and everything you are buying on there, like microtransactions, skins, DLCs and whatnot, go directly through Xbox, so Xbox is getting all the money. And I can see that probably Sony just looked at the numbers and were like, yeah, we need something similar in place, and they don't have that right now. You don't need a PlayStation account to play those games on PC. There are no microtransactions or whatsoever. And I can see that in a few years, Sony might actually have a system in place even for the PC players. And then even the PC player is technically a PlayStation player, and they're in the PlayStation ecosystem. And that is what they're working on. So yeah, I'm actually really curious to see how Project Spartacus will work out for Sony. But I can see it to have a positive impact on Sony's PlayStation numbers and like just PlayStation selling figures in general. But with that said, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you are on your way out, I would appreciate if you leave a like. If you're new to the channel and you want to see daily gaming news, reaction videos, and also tips and tricks for new games coming out, I would appreciate if you might consider to subscribe to the channel. It will help me out a great deal. And if you ever want to catch me live talking about gaming news and also, well, playing the newest video games, I'm streaming from Monday to Friday, starting at 9 a.m. East Coast time, which is 2 p.m. UK time and 3 p.m. Central European time at trovo.live/chaosmole. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.